that he was trying to provoke an imminent lawless action. If he had been at the barricades, pushing people forward, yes. But so I think legally it'd be a tough case, and I think like you said, it'd be unnecessarily divisive and partisan. I don't know why we need to go there. I mean, at the end of the day, any politician's stock in trade is their credibility and popularity. And Trump has fundamentally damaged the perception of him, I think, even among the right.
I have a huge issue with this, and I'll tell you why. It's because the folks that are now going to go to jail were instigated by this guy. And the folks that were there, in many ways, were brought, they were cajoled, they were instigated to travel groomed to travel there, to take the time out of their lives, to basically then get fed this rhetoric, and in a moment of just crazy mob-like mentality to act out at the behest of the leader of the free world. There has to be a consequence, not just to those people, because they in many ways are not the person to prosecute. To the extent that you are going to put some of these people in jail, which it looks like we're going to. And by the way, let's be honest, there is no inconceivable way that these people get charged with a misdemeanor. That's not going to stand, right? And the worst perpetrators of this, when they get put in jail, will get put in jail for 5 to 10 years minimum. And so what are we going to do when we look at ourselves in the eye and say, these poor Americans at the end of the day who were instigated by this guy, and he yet again gets off scot-free, while hundreds of Americans who were basically in a peak of craziness fed by this guy does something and goes to jail, and you have hundreds of lives and hundreds of families ruined. Even if we don't find a way to basically put Trump in jail for this, I can 100% guarantee you, I will bet $1 million that now the Southern District of New York, gloves off. Every single state that can go after this guy, gloves off. And to the extent that Joe Biden had any incentive to basically let this go away at the federal level, gloves off. In my opinion, I really think something's going to happen.
Let's say that folks do go after Trump. What does that do if he gets put in jail, or he gets there's some criminal proceeding brought against him? What does that do to the 50% of the nation that truly support him and truly care about him? I don't like the balance of justice versus unification. I think we're talking actually about 25% of the country. Friedberg.
I don't even think it's that.
Whatever it is, right? Or whatever it is. There's obviously a big voting block and a big block of the potential block for the electoral college.
I think of the 70 million people that voted for Donald Trump, I think there are half of them who would equally vote for a normal centrist candidate.
Mitt Romney.
And
Nikki Haley
didn't necessarily believe in Donald Trump. Then I think there's the other 35 million. And I do think that there's a spectrum of those 35. And I think that you probably lost 10 or 15 million of them after the events of yesterday, where they just threw their hands up in the air and said, hey, wait a minute.
It would really only inflame 20 million is what you're saying.
Correct. And I agree with Chamath on that.
Right.
And those 20 million people are, sad to say, concentrated in about 10 states that don't functionally matter, economically or otherwise.